It is a rivalry that has started to define an entire region. Renault Vitality against Dignitas provided one of the greatest series in RLCS history only 6 months ago. They gave us just as good a sequel earlier on in the league play, Johnny. But for the trilogy, it's going to be Dignitas looking for a different result because both times they've played, it's been Renault Vitality taking the win. What are you expecting from this one?
Yeah, good series certainly is expected at this point. Every time we see these two teams play, it is a classic. But, like you said, Dignitas, they want a different result today. I don't know if they're going to get it, though. If I had to make a prediction, it would be in favor of Vitality. They've looked unstoppable recently. Dignitas have been a bit start-stop. And, you know, I say it all the time, but they're going to be the team that are needing momentum coming into this. They need to really catch Vitality at the beginning of the series and show them that they're ready to play at that level from game one.
Well, for most people, this rivalry is all about Kadoff and Violent Panda, both a part of the greatest team in Rocket League history. They both ended up splitting, now trying to make their own stories and create their own new versions of the greatest team ever. And Renault Vitality are starting to get closer and closer towards being able to overtake that mantle, especially if they can keep current results going. But the real rivalry here I want to take a look at is that Astral versus Fairy Peak. Astral taking the MVP, but Fairy Peak, and there's a great argument for this one, is the most informed player in the world right now. He's going to be one to look out for as Alpha will start us off by hitting the post.
Already Vitality with a very good chance to open the scoring. This is Fairy Peak, as you said, on the ball. He's the man to watch right now. He probably feel like he had a good shot at being the regular season MVP. Too bad for him, his teammates have also put in great performances and maybe made his look less effective. Oh, that was almost a chance for Dignitas on the counter. It looks like they intercepted their own clear by accident as it came down the middle.
Yukio now just taking it around. Alpha will get the challenge. Dignitas' first real chance to get a hold of it, but here's the danger. Fairy Peak, those launching own side shots on target, have been catching everybody out these last few weeks. Scored so many goals off, and it's just not what you would expect from Vitality. You expect them to work their way and not just power it towards you. Here is going to be Fairy Peak. Yukio can do nothing. Bounced off the goal line, and Fairy Peak's got his first.
Perfect execution by Vitality. Violent Panda was under pressure. Just let the ball go straight away to Fairy there. And in the 2v1, you're always going to expect Vitality to score, especially with how well Fairy's been striking. And they keep on getting the ball to him in offense. Is he going to pass more teams, entire teams, with his own scoring total this season? It looks likely at this point.
Well, he's now hit 50 for the season, one more away. He'll start overtaking more teams as Fairy Peak pops it over to Alpha. Looks to go the entire way, but Violent Panda will already be there. That is a good little win. They need someone there early, though, and it's going to be Fairy Peak. Not very often you're going to be able to see entire open nets on the side. And the rest of Renault Vitality. Here is Astral. 5 boosts though, and a ball that's not on top of his hood. It's always going to be very difficult to play. Both teams, you know, this is not the slow start that we typically see in these sort of games. Both teams know exactly how they want to play. Both teams are warm. And that is a little bit of chaos happening for Dignitas on their own defensive side of the field.
Vitality, they really understand these days how big it can be in a series like this. You just come out the gates playing as fast as possible. You said right now that, you know, typically we're used to seeing a more timid start from teams in the grand final. Vitality have been here so many times. These players so familiar with this setting. They know exactly what to do. Dignitas have been struggling to get many good chances on net. Another floater goes clear. Just about half the game gone. It's Vitality leading by 1, and deservedly so.
Oh, great touch from Astral, just pops it straight back over to Renault Vitality. They'll set themselves up for a good attacking opportunity. It's Chaos Powers to the top corner. Shooting accuracy from Renault Vitality has just been another level over these past few weeks. Here is Panda. 2 minutes for him and the rest of Dignitas to find some way to break Renault Vitality down. To the corner, there is a demo, meaning that a bit more of a scramble this time around for Renault Vitality. Dignitas looking to get a bit more physical. Now Violent Panda! He just about can't get it in. He will go for a second one off the crossbar, and Yukio comes to help him out.
Initially a great save by Alpha. I don't know how he managed to get that one clear, and it's a bit unfortunate for Vitality as well. As the ball came back down, I think Alpha landed on Fairy Peak, and that messed up Fairy Peak's clear. The Dignitas were still in such a strong position. I think the goal was likely to come eventually. They have tied things up with 2 minutes left in the game.
It was their first real opportunity of the game so far. Here is Alpha. What's his double commit this time? Astral's going to need to try and take control of this. As that is a great challenge win, forces to save. Yukio pounces onto the ball, and he had to react quickly to that one. 40, that is another bump. What a vitality. Just, they come in from your blind spot. You know, typically these players are always going to have themselves the ball cam on. So you can get them just by coming in from those blind sides. Here is Panda for the double tap, followed up by Astral, and Dignitas have got the lead.
Great assist by Dig. They noticed, or Panda noticed, that the backboard was wide open. Vitality leave themselves exposed, and you can't afford to do that against Dignitas. They picked their spots amazingly well, and they've got the lead now. Despite all that aggression and all that pressure that Vitality had, they are the ones trailing as we approach the end of game 1.
In 20, Alpha puts it straight into the hood of Panda, who will always clear that one quite long. So Dignitas, despite, you know, being the second best team for the vast majority of this game, they've got themselves a lead. They just need to try and make sure they hold on to it, but that's always easier said than done, especially when Fairy Peak is on the field.
Oh my goodness. Fairy Peak still hasn't figured out how to stop scoring. Just look at that placement. He's hit the bar twice with one shot. It's still gone in. Dignitas are going to have their hands full trying to stop Fairy Peak today. Vitality equalized with a minute left.
Got past one. Alpha forced to commit. Leaves Fairy by himself. Lovely drop down. Selfless from Dignitas. Exactly what they needed.
More great passing play by Dig. Panda again just sees the man unmarked in the middle, and he puts it right in position for him. Astral with a really easy conversion. But it's the passing plays of Dig. That's what's getting them goals, as it so often is. Vitality trailing again. Now they've got even less time left to fight the equalizer.
To the corner. Alpha pops the ball over. Astral wins it. It's going to be to Panda off the backboard. Yukio can get there. A goal would finish off this game. But never doubt Renault Vitality's ability to turn the ball over very quickly. Expect to leave players downfield. And I love this from Dignitas. Instead of trying to play it quickly, they just let the ball just roll as far to their side of the field as they possibly can. We do tick ourselves away to the final few moments of this game. Lovely challenge win. Will be Alpha's. 10 seconds left. He's got to try and make something of it. Astral can't get the challenge, but it's enough to just hand the ball over to Yukio, Johnny. As we do tick our way down here. One last opportunity. And it looks like it could be Dignitas's off the backboard to the floor. No, how on earth has that one stayed up? Yukio will look to try and kill it off. And Renault Vitality, just too much to ask of them to do. Dignitas have got game 1, but they were made to fight for it.
A really good job by Dig. They didn't panic. They didn't rush their way back into this one. They didn't overextend while looking for the comeback. They realized, well, yeah, we are under pressure, but the chances are going to come. Our passing is good enough. We're going to get opportunities to score. We just have to take them. And that's exactly what they've done. Brilliant passing play. Violent Panda with 3 assists. An MVP game 1 for sure, even though he is, according to Rocket League, bottom of the scoreboard. Really making Astral and Yukio's life very easy here in the first game of the series.
I do love how Rocket League has sort of progressed over the past few seasons. Well, yeah, we can look at scoreboard and gives us a little bit of the detail about how the games have gone, but for players like Panda, you really do have to look at what they enable their teammates to do, and he's done exactly that throughout this game, selflessly handing the ball off earlier on to Astral to give his team the lead, when realistically all he had to do is, he already won the race to the ball, just put it onto net. Instead decided to make the goal nice and big for himself. So first blood drawn by Dignitas, but it's a long road here, and we have got ourselves a best of 7 to deal with. And as we mentioned previously, Renault Vitality tend to win these best of 7s, so this is going to be very difficult for Dignitas to do. But for you, Johnny, what are the quicker starts we've seen to one of these finals?
Absolutely. Dignitas are really here to play, and he said that this is something they have to do if they're going to be competitive versus Vitality, because Vitality's comeback potential is just insane. I mean, we've seen some pretty ridiculous reverse sweeps from Dignitas also, but Vitality are just so hard to count down and out of a series. Even if they lose 3 games in a row, you'd still have a decent case to predict the comeback win. I'm so used to seeing it historically. Dignitas taking the advantage here. I'm expecting more of the same in game 2. More passing plays. Panda fakes the pass this time. That's a little bit something different from him. Saw that Vitality may have been compensating for that pass, and he went for the mind game instead.
You gotta remember, last time these guys played, there was a hard read on every single passing play Dignitas went for from game 3 onwards. They'll probably have that in their minds in this series. They don't want to get locked down like that. It's going to be Vitality currently locking down Dignitas, but an unconceived attempt at a challenge from Alpha does pinch the ball back to the midfield. Here is Astral. If there's any player that's going to remove the danger from your side of the field, it's always going to be him. So difficult to take the ball off from. We're taking a quick look at this series, or this game at least. The Renault Vitality backboard. It seems like that was a little bit more open last game. And we do tend to see it.
We've not seen too many weaknesses with the Vitality defense recently, but that is historically something that they did have problems with. Backboard was definitely a route for NRG to beat them in last World Championship finals. They were getting multiple hard hits up there that Vitality couldn't react to. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Dignitas certainly will be. Saved by Azrael. Now actually double commit forced by Dignitas there. Very big in, launched into the goal. Very patient play by Dig. I like what I see so far, Shogun.
Absolutely, both these teams looking like they're on point. Ball bounce off the corner. Violent Panda always ready for that one. 6 minutes into this game. Still no goals to speak of just yet. This could be dangerous. Alstral puts it straight onto net. Gonna get a little bit more boost out from the opposing side of the team. Put them out of position just a little bit more. Fairy Peak to Kadop. Kadop caught it, leaves it in the air, however, and nobody on his team really wanted to follow. Very interesting to see where the players off the ball are trying to line themselves up. If you're confident, you tend to leave them further up the field because you're more certain that your final man can be able to take control of it. If you're less confident, you can expect to see them a little bit further back. Right now, both teams sort of happy to linger one player around.
Astral speed is causing problems right now. Dignitas are looking to him to maybe make a solo play happen. And if anybody can do it, it would be Astral these days. He's extremely impressive in the semi-finals and that tough series win over Mouse. Really stepped up today. But that's the kind of adaptation they need to make if Vitality are shutting down all the passing lanes. You need to force the issue with one player, whether it be an outplay or a 50-50. It's going to be Astral in the middle. That was the chance for Dig, but they have let it go by.
And now their final man, Violent Panda, dive forward. Means Astral and Yukio sort of had to scramble back to slightly less optimal positions. Kadop doesn't win the challenge though. Astral is coming out on top of every exchange right now. He's going to pop back to the middle again. 90 seconds on the clock. Astral over the top. He's got enough boost to try and take this past a couple more players. Might even go the whole way. Tries to take it top corner. Can't quite do it though. Fairy Peak too big and too strong. Now Alpha wins the challenge. Renault Vitality's opportunity to try and break. Only 6 boost on Kadop, however, will mean that there is nothing to create. Alpha again. He is trying to make his name known in this series. And if he starts getting more and more of them to start successfully going on net or really causing Vitality trouble, and this could be a major problem for them.
Yeah, Astral's looking on point at the moment. He's playing faster than anyone else in the lobby. And this is lobby full. Extremely quick players. Astral has been focused. He's been accurate. Oh, somebody's missed in defense though. There's a chance for Vitality there. Didn't look like much was going to come out of that center ball, but sometimes it's the simple ones catch you off guard. Dignitas lucky to get away with without conceding in that last play.
And ball up. Kadop's touch will need a follow-up, and it is going to come from Alpha. Getting into the final few seconds of the game. Will overtime be needed, or can Violent Panda put something together for his team right here, right now? Over to Astral. It's going to be an awkward bounce to deal with. Alpha's missed it, and nobody from Dignitas expected that. They were already waiting for the clear.
Dignitas not really committing. They're not willing to commit too risky on these passes. Astral, double touch to the backboard. Yukio's pre-jump,
No
but
way.
Astral just does everything himself. Oh my goodness. 0 seconds. Dignitas lead by 2.
This is the game where you can cement your legacy. And Astral is doing exactly that. Dignitas 2, Renault Vitality 0. Astral is on fire right now.
What on earth was that from Astral? Triple touch with a flip reset rebound as well on 0 seconds against Vitality in the grand finals of the EU regional playoffs. I don't know what else you can add to this goal to make it any better. How do you improve on that, Astral? With an insane goal to win what was, before then, a scoreless draw.
And it was a scoreless draw that really only had, one type of goal-scoring opportunity, and that was mistakes where nobody really expected to happen and failed, therefore, to capitalize on the shot. But this seems like a game plan right now from Dignitas. We already spoke earlier on about how they were almost overpassing against Vitality last time. Game plan this time seems to be, Astral, you got boost? All right, good. Here's a ball for you. Go and do what you want to, mate.
Yeah, the infield passes that Dignitas are so well known for, and just the passing play in general, it is a risky strategy with so few players in the field, even though threes is the most that you'll get in competitive Rocket League. If an interception happens, you're always going to be in a really rough spot. So they know that. They don't want to force too many passing plays to happen. They're letting them happen when it makes sense, but they're not over-relying on that. They don't need passing plays in order to win games. Astral just takes a game by himself. One of the best goals we've ever seen. And I'm talking in Rocket League history. You can just put that one right up there with the all-time greats.
So Dignitas 2 games away from doing what they failed to do for oh so very long, and give that sweet victory to Violent Panda. Astral can tell how good he is feeling right now. Violent Panda will take control of the ball. You've got the feeling that this first goal needs to go to Renault Vitality. They've got to try and stem the flow.
Yeah, Astral just has to be stopped right now if Vitality are going to have a chance to win this one. It was Violent Panda with the assists in game 1. Now Astral just taking over the lobby. Just had a pre-jump interception and a Vitality hard clear into a little double touch outplay as well. Just rampaging through the entire defense. And anybody stop Astral at the moment? Dignitas just riding off the momentum that he's given them. Panda and Yukio connect to the final third to add another goal to their incredible day. Look at that pass and pre-jump. This is just outrageous to see.
Well, Astral might be the star right now, but the co-cast is just as deadly. And Dignitas have got themselves a huge momentum-gaining lead. They are looking unstoppable, untouchable, and undeniable. Astral off the backboard, double tap! Defense might as well not exist when Astral is on the field.
He's up before the ball hits the ceiling there, transitions to the backboard and then to the goal in the blink of an eye. There's just nothing that Astral can't do at the moment. Playing with maximum confidence, full speed. People tell me sometimes when we talk about the skill ceiling with Rocket League, has it been reached? Astral's proving again and again that it has not even come close to being reached. He's still got levels to go to. Right now, Vitality are levels behind. They need to figure this one out quickly, because although it's a long series, it is going away in the blink of an eye. They're losing it quite comfortably. That's a chance for Renault, though. It comes off the backboard unexpectedly. Astral's got it under control, though, for now. Back up to Yukio.
The terrifying thing for Vitality is it was only last season that they were taken down by a one-man wrecking crew in the form of Chaussette. They've got themselves to the Season 9 regional finals, and they're being taken down by a one-man wrecking crew, this time named Astral. Starting to seem all too familiar for them. Alpha, he's got Caleb to aim for. That is a powerful pass, though, and there is nothing Caleb can do with that. He's dropping back out. Very pleased. Trying to inch his way forward, but nothing currently available for him. Yukio, another feint. Pops it off the backboard. Looks for bumps, and that shot needed to go in. One of the rare misplays from Astral, but I think he's got some leniency.
Yeah, he's definitely played well enough today that we'll give him a break on that one. I think it's a 7-2 lead still. half the game to go. Vitality are shocked. They're completely caught off guard here. They know Dignitas are a good team. They know that they're a fast team. They know they're a good passing team. But what we've seen from Dignitas today has been their play style executed to perfection. And on a level that I don't think anybody saw coming in a grand final. Where you're supposed to be more nervous. This is supposed to be the time that players are struggling to play at their best. Astral, not Dignitas. They comfortably lead against their rivals. They try to overtake them at the top of the European standing.
I remember as well, this is Astral's first ever major finals. We do see a passing play. K-Dot only as far as Yukio, but they will not miss that. Bundle it over the line, and they've kept game 3 alive.
That's a nice pass by Alpha, and Yukio was in a pretty awkward position for that one. Got there too early, didn't get a clear ball while he was making the save. Vitality are back in it. They really needed a goal as soon as possible. Now they've actually got some time to wait for a good chance. They don't need to force the issue here. They can score again. They might have to do that. And Yukio has scored again. Dignitas 3-1. Vitality's problems are back.
Was he going for a bump? Was he going for a double? Does it really matter? 3-1. And Yukio now is starting to step up to the plate. We saw how good that first goal was for Dignitas. And now, Astral has got himself a team that is stepping up to his level, and Alpha introduces himself to this grand finals as well.
Great speed by Alpha on this one. Didn't have any boost left when he reached the ball. Perfectly executed. 125km/h shot. Vitality back within one again. They keep responding. This is new. This is different. Dignitas, yes, they're throwing haymakers at Vitality, but Vitality are striking back, and what a step over by Fairy. It looks like this assist, more of a lead for him. Great communication by Vitality.
When you were saying they were throwing haymakers, that's the counter punch right on the draw. Or the jaw. Renault Vitality get a hold of Fairy Peak. And it's these kickoffs. We've seen them utilize these in previous series. They just tend to know exactly where to put it, where to give their oncoming player all the room to maneuver with. And they've got 2 goals straight off it, and they've got themselves back into this game. Now we've got to look towards a neutral and see what they can do from here. Going to be powered downfield. K-Dot hasn't really got many good options. You can see Violent Panda and Astral both starting to crowd around both of his choosing passing lanes. Here is K-Dot, does win the challenge this time around. Very Peak not wanting the powerful clear, but he doesn't have much of an option. Violent Panda with on the hood. Yukio follows up. Very Peak not smart, just to, relax a little bit, not try and chase that one instead of letting the ball come towards him. With a minute left. Possibly a series-defining minute, Johnny. Renault Vitality desperate to find our next goal.
Yeah, they've been impressive after kickoffs, like you said, when there's less boost around the field on all the members of both teams. Once it gets into the full-flowing midfield rotation, Dignitas have looked like the better team, and they're looking for the leading goal. Here is Panda off the post. Dignitas knocking on the door again. Vitality in trouble. It's mind game by K-Dot down the line, but he's denied by Astral. He's still looking to style on Vitality at every opportunity.
Here's K-Dot. Nice little touch from Panda. Prevents any immediate attack from Renault Vitality. Going to drop into K-Dot's favor, but Yukio's already beaten there. Might be one last opportunity for Dignitas. It's not a great touch from K-Dot, but Renault Vitality, we're not going to try and chase it up. So it's either going to be 3-0 or 2-1. It is a massive, massive opportunity for Renault Vitality to make something of this series and really start to bring the question marks towards Dignitas. We do go immediately to the corner. K-Dot will try and chase it up. That's a great win! Very Pick is denied! Yukio gets there in time, and it's going to be a chance now to escape for Dignitas.
It's Yukio's turn to carry Dig to victory, and he's going to look for the winning goal. Panda's popped it away from him, though. That was such a great chance for Dig. The communication breaks down. It all happened too fast. There wasn't any time to react to comms. They're just playing on instinct there. For once, Panda's instinct lets him down.
Great clear from Astral Iver, but he's got it to Yukio. Up is equal to Alpha. Got some support, might not need it, but Renault Vitality crowded everybody. It's now a Fairy Peak to buy his team a bit of time, and he's done exactly that. brings a couple of players towards him. Astral doesn't quite know how to deal with this. And instead decides the best way to deal with it is to ram his car directly through the ball. Violent Panda now towards Fairy Peak, back to the corner. Yukio might have an option. That option is Astral, but Astral does whiff. Violent Panda makes contact, and Fairy Peak will save. But Dignitas are unrelenting on the goal line, but they have been unable to turn this one in. Minute and 20 played. We are still trying to find our goal as Renault Vitality will clear their lines.
That's quality goalkeeping by Vitality, but they're making a meal of the clears. They're not helping each other out with their rotation. It's all panic in defense. Yukio with another shot that's just saved by K-Dot. Dignitas have looked like the favorite in OT so far. Their chances, every time they get the ball up front, it looks so threatening. It looks so difficult to deal with. Vitality are still in this. Overtime continues.
Win, but only as far as Astral. Very has to play this one well. He's dropped it down to Yukio. That's on target. You can see all three members from Renault Vitality jumping for that. They are not at their brilliant best, but Alpha with the set, the shot's put high, Fairy Peak to finish it, and he simply does not miss. Johnny boy, we've got ourselves a real match.
K-Dot looking for the top shelf, finds the bar, but Fairy Peak shows him how it's done. And of course, with how accurate his striking has been recently, you wouldn't expect him to miss from that range. Vitality, off the back of an Alpha fast aerial in the midfield, they get the win they so desperately needed. We do have a series in the grand finals.
And for Dignitas, that is an opportunity missed. They were 2 goals up, and they just get flattened by 2 quick kickoff goals that led into that overtime. If we do look at a Renault Vitality going ahead to win this series, it will be this game that we look towards. But for Renault Vitality, this is almost an impossible question to ask, Johnny, but where was the difference? How on earth did they stop Astral this time?
Well, they just never give up. Vitality were on the ropes there. They were getting battered in defense. There were shots flying in from all angles and, in rapid succession. But Vitality just hung on. They always had a goalkeeper in the final, minute or 2 of the game, and in overtime. They're making sure to not let any uncontested shots go in. And if they can keep that up, they're going to make the Dignitas' life a lot harder. It's not making their lives any easier, though, because they still have to make those difficult saves. But like you said, their kickoff game really brought them back into this one. They're just more comfortable with low boost than Dignitas are. And on kickoff, everybody's got low boost. So this could be a chance, I think, for Vitality to keep coming back now, because of course game 4 will start with a kickoff.
Absolutely, and last time these guys played, it was game 3 onwards that Renault Vitality were winning as they started to slowly figure out what Dignitas were trying to do. Astral is not going to be able to do anything about that because Alpha has him red.
And once again, they just have the better answers early on. Not really sure how they do it, but maybe it's just advanced ball chasing. They just know that it's better to have players attacking the ball. It doesn't matter if you have your full rotation established. Vitality almost ahead by 2. K-Dot's dunk hits the post. Is this the turning point? And Vitality stopped the Dignitas momentum. They stopped the train in its tracks. Up to Dignitas now to respond.
And decided to go for the boost. Trying to lock down the midfield, but to make sure they've secured their own side of the field before they do that. There's going to be a pass over to K-Dot, not on target. Now Yukio looking to escape. He's got Astral to try and pass to. It's quite difficult though to find him. Here is Violent Panda, unchallenged. 2 players up. Yukio's touch is not going to leave too much, as Renault Vitality's defense, scrappy as it may be, seems to be working.
They're not making life easy on themselves here. Vitality hanging on in defense again. Saves coming in at the very last second. Brilliant free jump there by K-Dot keeps them in the lead. But they're not making their lives easy, but they're making Dignitas' life very difficult. No open nets for Dig. There's no shots on an undefended net. Unless they can create one of their own. Are they going to look for bumps on this incredibly stacked Vitality 3-man goalkeeper lineup that we've got right here? I'd love to see Dignitas attempt more drive-bys. Look at how close Vitality are getting as they defend their net.
going to be K-Dop's now to try and play in the corner. And yeah, we have seen an awful lot of double commits, but it seems like Vitality's mentality towards it is right now, well, we've only sent 2 people. That means we've still got 1 more than we need to actually prevent this one from going in. Very people actually drop off this. Try to leave it for K-Dop, but Dignitas already had it red. Drop into the midfield. Remember, Renault Vitality already taking the lead in this game, and a lead that could lead them to a 2 each in this series. Yukio for the drop down. But that backboard less available than it was earlier on. Astral forced to watch his alpha sets up for K-Dop, but didn't want to take it first time. Instead, tried to take it under his own control. Renault Vitality comfortable in offense, if not a little bit laissez-faire of what they're trying to set up. Very Peak does win the challenge, however, and he's so dangerous in this midfield. Transition set. K-Dop blocked, though, by Yukio, who has been oh so instrumental to Dignitas' prevention of these Renault Vitality attacks.
Dignitas had won that last game, no doubt. It would have been everybody talking about him as the carry. They'll rather forget about game 3 since Vitality got the win in it. Dignitas still lead overall, but that's about to change if Vitality can keep up this game 4 performance. That's a fast pass, that's a quicker shot, and just like that, Dignitas are back in it.
Want to know how a shot is really good? The goalkeeper doesn't even jump. Very Peak knew that he was beat by that one. 2 minutes left on the clock. 1 each. There's an opportunity once again for Dignitas. Their first time they've had to really fight back into one of these games. They've done exactly that, but Renault Vitality are undying. It'll be very difficult to put away in this game. Yukio with the set to Astral. He gets there, wanted the double, but you can't do that when your car's not left on the field.
Yeah, that's one way to handle Astral, just both teams have been pretty easy on each other when it comes to volume of demos and bumps being attempted. Ball is definitely the main focus. Big deal with an accidental back pass, but Astral's reacted well to it. Vitality some more success with their clears than earlier in the game though. They're not stuck in the goal line area. They are getting a chance to send the ball into the blue end. Look at this redirect by Yukio this time! Goal 1 was Yukio to Astral, now Astral to Yukio. Unbelievable placement by Dignitas, they take the lead.
Well, you can talk all about finesse. That is Route 1 Rocket League. As quick as you like on the counter-attack, Dignitas have got themselves the lead. And this time around, it's Renault Vitality that have been sucker punched by the comeback. Just over 1 minute for them to turn this around. Otherwise, they will be facing down the barrel of championship point to Dignitas. Astral back to the midfield. He's on 0 boost. Gonna have to leave that one for Yukio. But I tell you what, Yukio is in the form of his life right now. He is desperate for that second major win. He hasn't got anything since winning DreamHack Leipzig 2 years ago now. Actually 1 year though, as Alpha will pop that over to Astral. Gets the flip reset. What can he do with it? He can get another flip reset. Why not?
No matter flip resets. It's too many, especially we're talking about Astral. Astral almost put that on target. 5 seconds left, Vitality need the goal, but Dignitas are the ones who are still looking for one of their own. Vitality, although they've had good success with the distance of their clears, they're not connecting with their players downfield. Dignitas, meanwhile, both of their goals came by clearing the ball at a teammate who's already in a forward position. Very Big does find Kane up here, but the pass is directly at him. He can't run onto it. This is the last chance now for Vitality. Dignitas play it safe. And they are on triple match point, triple championship point. And I think they really deserve this. They passed brilliantly here. Both goals were almost identical really, but just at opposite sides of the field. Astral to Yukio and then Yukio to Astral. Insane placement and power on those shots though.
And I think they've got past now their second biggest test in this series. It was all going to be very good when we saw them playing well, but how were they going to respond when they finally did take a loss? Because last time it happened, didn't go too well for them. This time around, they respond brilliantly and dominate the shots on target against Vitality. But, like I mentioned, it was the second biggest danger to them in this series. Here is the biggest one, Johnny. Championship point. You've got 3 of them, so you've got a bit of leniency. But this is the one that feels that little bit different. You're not too sure what's changed on the map. but you know it's not quite how you left it last time. It's going to be ever, ever, ever so difficult for them to do, but they've got all the chances to do it against Renault Vitality.
Yeah, Dignitas, they can just play, all guns blazing in this game. They've got triple match points, so I'm expecting and I'm, kind of hoping that for their sake they do go for a fully offensive style and try and just put Vitality away in 5. If they do give Vitality that one more game to come back with, then it gets a lot more difficult for Dignitas. They have to start, reconsidering their strategy if they give Vitality time to adapt. But right now they've got everything, flowing really well in offense. They're looking so aggressive, but yet so consistent, just like G2 and NA RLCS, able to play so far up the field without giving the other team any space and any chances to get out of their own half. You do have to watch out for the kickoffs, though, like we saw early in the game. They were 1 down in 5 seconds because Vitality are getting so many quick goals from those fresh restarts.
Well, they are going to be looking at this series overall as theirs to lose from here on out. As it's just going to be, you got to be looking at, we talk so much about Yukio, we talk so much now about Astral, but you've got to be Violent Panda right now and saying, you know what? I picked well, because it's his roster at the end of the day. He's the one that really gets to make the lion's share of the decisions when it comes to this. And he's got to be thinking to himself, all right, I lost K-Dot, I lost Turbo, I've replaced about as well as I possibly can. On the Renault Vitality side, however, Alpha has been a little quiet for me this series. He had 1 or 2 good plays back in Game 3, but outside of that, not quite so much.
Yeah, Alpha, he did get the goal to take the lead in the last game, but it was just, a quick goal off a kickoff where he got a really nice fast interception on Dignitas clear. But you are looking at Alpha as, the guy to really step up mechanically, like Astral did for Dignitas. If there's one player on Vitality who can do that, it would be Alpha 54, even though Fairy Peak has been the main goal scorer for them recently. He's not as, scary to play against when he's flying through the air with a lot of time on the ball. Fairy Peak's really scary when he gets in front of your goal and he's about to pull the trigger with a shot. I don't think anybody really at the moment is as accurate as he is from that range. But yeah, I totally agree. Alpha does need to try and step up the pace. He needs to try and put that pressure back on Dignitas, or else, with 3 match points, it's hard to see Vitality getting all 3 of those wins and stopping Dignitas today.
But the thing about Vitality we always need to remember is that they don't do bad. They just do less good in each of their series. So at any moment, that level could just shoot on up, and Dignitas need to make sure that they are very, very ready for that. But, right now, the stylistic change that they've made, the passing plays are, I would almost call them obsessed in the previous few weeks that we'd seen them. Passing plays for the sake of passing plays. Today, they've been more refined. They're picking their opportunities. They're letting Astral have a little bit more time on the ball. And now because you're so worried about Astral following off some sort of incredible solo play to put into your own net, that when he does actually pass it, you're all that much more caught out by the play. So for Dignitas, this has been a fantastic adaptation to what they saw last time from Vitality. Now it's up to Vitality to do the exact same to Dignitas.
Yeah, Vitality and they know each other so well, and that's why I think their games are so good, because we're seeing great reads from both teams. We're seeing, a play style and a matchup that is just so well refined, and really the highest level that we see in Rocket League at the moment. Dignitas today have been the better team and still look like the likely victors. Yukio 1-0 in 14 seconds and no early goal after the kickoff this time for Vitality.
And there was just no way out of this play for Vitality. They wanted to go left, there's a Violent Panda. And as soon as it happened, you just get yourself caught, and Yukio was ready and waiting. I was going to be very curious about whether or not Championship nerves were about to step in, but when you see a team launch all 3 players forward in the first 20 seconds, Johnny, you know they're not quite feeling it as much. But Alpha almost had the set. He was 1 bump away from Yukio for that being all tied up. And this time it's Renault Vitality who are refusing to go away. The drop-down shot means K-Dot cannot reach it in time. Needed to just power that one down for the Frenchman.
This is, of course, the map where Vitality won the World Championship in 7. They've got fond memories of this one. K-Dot and Fairy Peak. so far not so good in the grand final against Dig, and not so good in Urban Central. Vitality are in attack right now. Are they going to be as good at disguising their passes in the final third as Dignitas were in the last game? That's really the key for me. Dignitas so good at making shots, making clears, and instead hitting a pass picture perfect to a teammate who's in a better position than they are. Vitality so far today have struggled to do just that.
There's been one very obvious issue with the way they've been defending so far. We are going to see K-Dop trying to set up for Alpha. Nobody left, and Alpha slots it in.
And that is exactly what you want to see. K-Dop in a position where he could be shooting from. He spots a man in the middle and even gets a demo as he's landing. Great result for Vitality, but they've got to hold on to this. Now they've got to try and get the momentum in their favor. Last game, Dignitas were the team that finished the stronger of the two. Vitality have no more lives. This is it. They have to win 3 in a row. Can they do it?
K-Dop looks to clear long. Will prevent that in the midfield. Here's K-Dop. Try and dunk that into the midfield yet again, but this is dropped down. Violent Panda wanted to find Astral. He's going to try and commit that deep into the opposing side of the field. It's dropped now to Fairy Peak, and there's no one better to shoot it. But Astral will be equal to that shot. 3 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time to play for both these teams. Alpha looks to set up Fairy Peak, though, had to dive on in. When you do see those passes off the backboard, you've got to really try and take a look at how far out they are bouncing, because most players aren't going to want to try and venture that deep into the opposing side of the field just to take a shot, as that is a great infield passing play. Alpha's got his second. Alpha's stepping up.
And I'm loving the striking of the ball in this game from Vitality. They're absolutely blasting it. That's 144 kilometers an hour from Alpha, and they take the lead with just over half the game to go. You can never count out Vitality. If they do lose this, you can guarantee that it's going to be a fight to the very last second. They're in the lead. Engaged by Dignitas. Come back again.
It's been very rare that we haven't seen goal scoring opportunities in the final few moments. So for Renault Vitality, getting another goal will be very important to them. Very key to K-Dop. This is what's been missing from their gameplay. Those transitions. It's going to be laid off to K-Dop yet again. We're going to be able to get the double tap as Yukio trying to follow this one around. Nice to beat Fairy Peak to that ball. Tass trying to set something up. K-Dop is beat. Alpha ready and waiting. And Vitality have sorted out their defensive woes, and this is going to become how much more difficult for Dignitas to deal with. K-Dop's got an open net to deal with, and there was one bump that set it all up.
Brilliant striking again by Vitality. They're hitting hard shots on net, and Dignitas are struggling to deal with it. These are really causing problems. They're wasting Dignitas boost. They're taking a toll on them. But what a comeback by Vitality in this game. They were down 3-1 in games, 1-0 into game 5, but they've scored 3 in a row as they take a huge advantage. And when you've got Dignitas Vitality on the field, 2 goals is a monumental lead. This is so difficult for Dignitas to come back against. You have time on their side for now.
Oh, that is a great shot. Yukio is getting better and better as this series goes along. And how crucial is it that they get this goal as early as they do? They've now got 80 seconds to work with. Don't need to panic play and try and work their way into an overtime.
You know, I love that shot from Yukio because you saw K-Dop diving in the way of the infield pass. That just shows the respect that K-Dop and Vitality have for Dignitas passing plays. They've seen so many of them work, and even today the passes have been insane. And K-Dop preferred to block the pass there than the shot on target. And this time Yukio doesn't go for the pass. He mixes things up with a shot straight on target, a million miles an hour. Dignitas are back within a goal.
We've already seen Vitality bring back a 2-goal lead. Can Dignitas do the exact same thing? Yukio to the corner. It's a heavy first touch. Means K-Dop can swallow that ball up. But he's continuously bumped from the ball, and Alpha and Fairy Peak both double commit. This is a huge opportunity now for Dignitas if they can get themselves set up, but Yukio took a little bit too long. And Renault Vitality are now back into position. Doesn't seem seem like Vitality are fully aware about who's supposed to go for the ball and when. Panda, huge pinch from him. Yukio's looking to chase up. But Vitality seem to have that one scouted, decided to cover their own boost pads, which was all Yukio was really after. Running out of opportunities here. Bounce up high, and Renault Vitality continues to look comfortable.
Chance late in the game though for Dig. Panda's missed the double. Yukio can't get the ball past K-Dot. Is that the best chance that Dig are going to get late in game 5? K-Dot with the flip reset to end the game. And it was just too hard to read at the end there. Impossible for Dig to keep the ball up. They had an opportunity though. I think it was about 5 seconds to go. We saw Panda missing a double barely. And then Yukio just couldn't get the opening. But Vitality did pretty well to cover most of the angles. They're making Dignitas' life extremely difficult at the end of that game. And, you know, that's the danger. If you go 2 down in this matchup, you don't have many chances to come back with. This time, Vitality able to put the pressure on Dig. And they're back within a game as we go to the 6th game in the series on Wasteland.
And for Vitality, you look at the way they play and just not really much different. They know what they do works. It's just how well they execute upon it. But Dignitas pretty much more of the same thing. This is the interesting thing about these sort of series, is that a lot of the times when we come out of any sort of big series, we can usually just say, oh, you know, this team was good, this team was bad. You cannot break these teams down as easily as that. You know, it's usually a case of one team's playing great, but the other one is as close to perfection as it can possibly be. And that's the team that ended up winning. That's the bar that has been set over here for the European Regional Finals. You have to be as close to perfect as you possibly can be just to get a game win. Now, to be consistent with that is a whole other ball game. But can Dignitas be perfect one more time? Can they do it over a 5-minute period and lock themselves in the European Regional Championships? We are going to head over to Wasteland, as Johnny Boy says, and look to see who's going to take this one, or whether or not we've got Game 7 on the horizon.
And of course, all the neutral spectators among us and everybody who just likes watching good Rocket League, they're going to want to see a Game 7. But if you're a Dignitas fan, I don't think you want to see a Game 7. It'll be too much, too soon for them to have to play against Vitality in another ace match that they always keep losing. Yukio for a double early on. Great play by Alpha on the back wall, who had 12 boosts to defend that play. That very big to test. Astral's overhead clears. That one is well dealt with also. Teams nullifying the high balls of the opposition so far. Like you said though, Dignitas, they only need to be perfect for one of these games. They've got 2 chances. Vitality, they need to play perfect for the rest of the series. They're playing on hard mode, and they do it.
Yukio for the setup. Dignitas already sat their line quite far back, but K-Dub can't reach it. 1 goal to the better. Is that going to be enough?
Well, that's fantastic placement by Astral, but K-Dub, he just got in such an awkward position here. He was on the crossbar, facing the wrong way. And, you know, if he's a little bit further back on the wall, I think he's fine. He couldn't turn in that position. But again, great placement by Astral. He got an angle that K-Dub didn't see coming. Dignitas lead by 1.
K-Dub can't make contact. Violent Panda takes the ball away, but only as far as Alpha, who was already charging his way on in. This is where Dignitas has been so strong so far, leading players downfield. They can just get that little extra touch. That takes the ball all the way into the orange zone. Alpha needs to try and get a second one. Look to wipe out Violent Panda, who narrowly avoids contact. Vitality with all the questions. Violent Panda wanted to just tap that ball on yet again. But that is a phenomenal challenge. And everyone from Dignitas has to scramble their way back. Yukio will be thankful to see that one away.
Yeah, it was just so risky for Dignitas to play right into Alpha's dunk there. It was a very good block by Alpha, but Dignitas are really playing with fire. You don't want to give Renault Vitality any chances like this. K-Dot actually let Alpha come in with an open shot because of that bump. Vitality missed that one. And time is getting away from them now. Dignitas are getting the ball out of their end more successfully than in game number 5. That means the Vitality aren't going to have as many opportunities to score. They need to be clinical with whatever they do get in game 6.
Here is Alpha. Shot only as far as Yukio, who just sees it land on him more or less. But Vitality vicious right now in their opponent's side of the field. They refuse to go away. Violent Panda gets caught out. And they need to now be very worried about the boost situation. But Kato decides to sit back. And that's a little bit of breathing room now given. It's going to be a great challenge. An important thing to note as well, Johnny, is that last time when we saw these guys play at the World Championship, it was an early goal for Renault Vitality that was sealed the deal for them. Dignitas weren't able to score anything after that one. Will it be the same situation this time around? 2 minutes on the clock. Yukio puts it over to Violent Panda. It's going to be the opportunity they need. No, it's a great challenge from Alpha. Renault Vitality keeps searching.
Vitality, they'll be disappointed they haven't been able to do more with that pressure play that they had. Didn't really get many shots on net, many chances to put shots on net, and that kind of fearless striking of the ball has left the striker we saw last game. K-Dop straight down the middle, he's gone for a bump on a goalkeeper and saved his own teammate's shot. Looked like it would have been saved anyway. Vitality have got to start hitting the ball more confidently. They've got to start smacking shots on target to put Dignitas under pressure. Here comes K-Dop, full volley, he's actually over the pass in field, and Alpha converts. K-Dop with the assist after convincing Dignitas that he was about to shoot.
And it's again K-Dop and Alpha being the duo to look out for. Alpha, we asked for him to step up. He has been in the right position every single time. And K-Dop has just launched it onto his hood. One each. And now Dignitas have got to find a goal yet again. K-Dop tries to avoid bumps. On target! Violent Panda puts Dignitas to 2-1.
Look at this pass by Astral as well. He knows exactly where Panda is, but still, so much left to be done when the pass arrived at Astral's car. Hits it perfectly, and they're in the lead. They just need to hold on for a minute and 8 seconds. They've got the championship against their biggest rivals. The team everybody thought was the best in the world coming into this stage. Dignitas playing the best we've seen from them in a while. Oh, K-Dop! He's just equalized again, and you can never count this guy out of a grand final.
Considered by many to be the best person that ever played this game. And he shows off exactly why. When his team needs him the most, he gives them that goal back, and he does it before the pressure was well and truly on. K-Dop proving exactly why he is so valuable to every team he plays on. And Renault Vitality can continue to hunt for Game 7 for Dignitas. They're going to be wondering, what have they got to do to put this series away?
There's another chance there, K-Dop causing problems. It really is unbelievable how he can always show up in grand finals like this. Such a well-decorated player. One more than anyone else. Just counting tournament wins, minors, majors, anything that he can win. He's trying to do so. Oh no, Panda. Former teammate cuts him off. There you be. Current teammate helps to get the possession back in control. Vitality and Dignitas exchanging hard clears to finish off Game 6 regulation. Who's going to get the last chance? Who's going to get the last laugh? Might beat it. Vitality. Oh, that was a good save in the near post. Alpha close to getting the winner.
Dignitas score, they take the regional championship. Vitality score, we go the champions field. It's going to go off the backboard to start us off, but Violent Panda coolly and calmly takes control of this. He's looking to go the whole length of the pitch, but Alpha gives it over to Fairy Peak. Vitality trying to play the speed game right now. They want to beat Dignitas to every ball. Violent Panda on target, but it's right down the middle. Fairy Peak can get there on time, but Dignitas looking to get the claws out, looking to finish off this game. Astral fakes out one. Has he got a passing option to Yukio? But Fairy Peak blocks it.
Unbelievable defense by Fairy. That save, although it was right at him, still incredible that he can get in the way of it. So much pressure with everything on the line, but it's still Dignitas piling it on. They're coming forward, looking for the winning goal. Vitality hanging on for dear life.
Goes to the other length of the pitch now. Astral passes it to Panda. He's got Yukio. He goes for Yukio! And it's another crucial block, but nobody will prevent Violent Panda from turning it in! Revenge is finally his! The regional championship belongs to Dignitas!
They had all the pressure. in the end of this game, in overtime, it was all Dignitas. It looked like it was coming, and they did execute